What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and I'm back with another Kamen Rider Geats review in the 12 Day of Rider Reviews. Yep, I'm still doing it, even though I guess this is day 2 if you watched the previous video. And yes, we have the newest Geats power-up in the Kamen Twin Buckle and Raising Sword. This is a combo set. This is the only way to get the Kamen Twin Buckle, and it comes with the sword. I will pretty much say that this pretty much was... They knew this sword wasn't going to sell on its own, so they made sure that the buckles had to come with it. And I get why, show-wise, I get it. And if you look up there, you've got Kamen Rider Geats in his command form, or raising form, and you have Tycoon's raising form, which, I'm not gonna lie, Tycoon, I think, looks a lot better because his helmet fully changes. But I guess Geats works too because it already has the orange. But yeah, Tycoon's look really good in my opinion. And you get the sword on the front. As I showed earlier, it says the thing on the bottom, DX, Light and Sounds. On the side, you got Geats and the sword. On the back, it says, you can see it has Geats. It also says, hey, look, you could use it with a Tycoon ID core. Or is this telling you? Oh, this might be telling you the jet stuff, but... Or the cannon. I don't know. It has the sword stuff right down there. Tactical break, full charge, all of that fun stuff. And on the other side, you get Tycoon. You get the contents, get the instructions on the top. And the bottom has nothing. It does come with all the batteries it needs, so that's pretty nice. And if you were lucky enough, at last, we have the Tycoon ID core. It was the promo item for this, and there was a Amazon Japan exclusive set of the Desire Driver that I want to say was called the Entry Set or something like that. It came in like a special box with the Desire Driver and the Tycoon ID core. Why didn't this come with Ninja? I will never know, but I am so happy to finally have it. I guess we will take a look at it right now. And it looks good. I actually do really like the green and everything they use. The black looks slick. So yeah, we finally have the Tycoon ID core. It was a promo for this item. It was pretty much the main reason I made sure I got this, because I really wanted that Tycoon ID core. And honestly, I think this is a really cool buckle set. So you can really tell, like, it's a fun time. So let's get the sword and the buckles in here, and we'll see what they do. And here they are. Let's start off with the buckles real quick. We get the, this is the non-electronic Twin Command buckle. Like, I don't know if they're both called the Twin Command buckle or what. I want to say, like, this is obviously the jet half because it's the orange. This is the cannon half because it's blue. But this is the only one that has sounds, so if you press the button... So, yeah. Which, by the way, they look pretty much identical, but this one only has a button. You can't lift it up. It is a solid piece of plastic. Its rail is 77. You can see that's where it presses down there. I do like this, like, color little thing right there. That's pretty neat. Do like the orange. And, like I said, they are nearly identical, but you can tell this one actually can lift up. So yeah, when you push it up, you do the full charge standby music, which you cannot stop until you put it into the driver. But I do like how that feels, just like to push it up, like, yeah. And here is the Raising Sword. It's pretty neat. It's a nice orange and blue. which I think is kind of funny because if you remember, Mighty Brothers from X-Aid had the exact same color scheme. It obviously had a lot more. It didn't have this gunmetal. Like, I think the sword looks really cool, but overall, there's the back of it. There's the battery compartment. This one actually didn't have like a battery tab. It just has an on and off switch, which I appreciate. And yeah, you get the nice clear... I do like the clear plastic. You get this button up here. This does nothing. I thought this was a button. Like, in the pictures, I thought this would be a button. No, this is the only button right here. And you got... Get it on that. So, let's turn it on. Get the raising sword, and if you press the button... Oh yeah, but... Not gonna lie, I love that little standby music. That's really cool. Do tactical raising, and if you can actually slot a buckle in here, and if you press the button, you're meant to it's really meant to be used with this one. Like, it really wants you to use the one with sounds. Gives you the tactical raising again. And it doesn't have a reader. It doesn't know what buckle is in there. It literally is just clipping it on, which if you press this button, it releases. So yeah, it's really just pressing this button. So yeah. If we use it with this one, we can... And if you know in the show, you transform with this buckle. You start with this one, and then you slot this one in. So, we'll show that off. But you know what, real quick, let's put the Tycoon ID core into the driver. Ooh. That Tycoon ID core lights up really well. I do like it. It reminds me of almost the Punk Jack one. Ooh. It's a nice one. And, if you remember in the show, you transformed and then the sword got summoned and you couldn't take this off. And I wish they would have implemented in the toy that you had, like, slash a little bit, like charge up the sword or something. Because all you really have to do to get it to be fully charged is... They say it at the same time, which I think is kind of fun. That the thing, that the buckle and the sword say it in sync. Yeah, so it doesn't tell the buckle to stop. You know what? I'm just going to keep it on there. And that's pretty much it for the sword. That's all it really does. It's kind of basic. It doesn't really do anything that exciting. And it only really has those, like, 3-ish sounds. Like, it's not going to do anything different if I were to use something, I don't know, like the ninja buckle. It's gonna give the same sounds. Get the different slash sound, obviously, but so yeah, it doesn't recognize that it's ninja, and it's really only meant to be used with these two ones. But it does have the little clip, so if you want to use it with the holder, you can actually put it on your belt, so that's nice. I think that's actually pretty cool. I like that all the weapons have it. And for comparison, let me bring in our other sword, the Zombie Breaker, which hopefully I can get them both on screen. They are both quite long swords. God, it's a little awkward to get them both in the frame. But yeah, and the Zombie Breaker is a little bit longer, but only by like the teeth of the chainsaw. Like, that's the amount of height that it has on it. So they're about the same height from the tip of this sword to the thing. Yeah, you can see it there. Just a little bit bigger. It's definitely a lot thicker. Thicker than this sword. But honestly, I think it's a little bit more fun. So yeah, the sword it's okay. It's definitely a gimmick sword. I'm more in it for the buckles and the Tycoon ID core than I was in for the sword. I'm gonna admit that right now. So let's start off with using this first half. And you've now entered the rising form. So let's do the transformation properly and now it says Jet or Cannon. And like I said, it doesn't really matter which one you transform with. It's going to give you the same jingle. Because this works on a very similar thing than the jackpot slot. And I'm realizing I forgot to show the rail. And I'll show it off in a little bit. So, yeah. If you... Oh. Oops. Oh, God. I'm now realizing it kind of reminds me of the Matrix of leadership from Transformers. It's just like, I'm about to say, I'm getting ready to light my darkest hour. Yeah, so that's pretty much what that combo does. But let's try it out with a couple other buckles I have on hand. But beforehand, I want to show you the numbers, which is number 74. And if you remember that the Fever slot also has the 74. So much like the Fever slot, if I use it, let's say, if I use it with this one, and I were to use it with Ninja, yeah, it doesn't play any new jingles or anything. It doesn't tell the Ninja Buckle to do anything. It does exactly what the Fever slot did. So that's weird. Yeah, and you can still. And I get why. Again, these buckles are really only meant to be used with each other. But it's kind of funny that it does just work just like the Fever slot. Like, so it's just going to give you the Hyper Ninja Victory. But now I'm really curious. Like, I don't really think it would be exciting to show this off with any more buckles. But I'm now really curious on what happens if I use it with the fever slot. Since they both tell the other buckle not to do their jingles, I'm thinking it's gonna just be a garbled mess because both are just gonna be doing their jingles at the same time. But I'm gonna find out here on this video. So who's ready? Yep, that's exactly what just happened. They just both just went over each other. So yeah, that's pretty much all that this one can do. It's very much like the fever slot. I like the sounds. I dig the sounds. I think they're really a ton of fun. But let's try this buckle with another buckle, like Ninja. Bring Ninja back. So yeah, you can. It now it just makes it say "great" before the thing. So there's that one. Let's try it with Arrow. And let's use it with Boost. And there's Boost. Let's try it with one last buckle. Zombie. And that's pretty much all I feel like I need to show off on these buckles. They really just, this one makes everything say great beforehand, and this acts like the fever slot and just gives everything the hyper attack and does its own jingle. Overall, I do like the sounds, but we do got to bring in the Magnum shooter. So let's plug this one in. And yeah, all of them said great, so I'm assuming all power-up buckles are really only going to say great in this thing, so if that is true, this might start disappearing unless I'm doing like these arm buckles. So, yeah. Kind of a bummer, but you know, you can't expect that many sounds out of it. So overall, I like these buckles. I think they turned out really good. The sounds in them are really great. I love the jingles. I think they are really a ton of fun. And the fact that they make the driver look like complete and everything, like, let me shut off the batteries. But yeah, overall, I like that it makes the driver look complete. Like it's it allows it to have its own like look and everything. And I think overall, I do like that it came with that it had the well, I would say it came with the Tycoon ID core, but that's not guaranteed. This is a promo item. You may or may not get this, which that's why it's kind of stupid that it's a promo item. But yeah, and the sword is okay. Like, I definitely would not have bought this sword if it didn't come with the buckles, which I get why. Again, story-wise, that you get this one and you get the sword and the blue one to get the further armor. And like that's why it comes with the sword, and or they made a story reason because they wanted to sell more toys. And overall, I think I still like the Zombie Breaker better than this, but these buckles are really cool and a ton of fun. And again, just happy to have the Tycoon ID core. But what do you guys think? What do you guys actually think of the form? I think the forms look really cool. Like, especially Tycoon's rising form. Like, as we saw in the box, he gets like a silver helmet. And I think that's just rad as hell. So yeah. It's also just kind of weird that we got this power-up right after we just got the Fever slot. So it feels like the Fever slot came out and then this immediately came out. So it's kind of like, huh. Okay, I didn't know we were going through power-ups that quickly. But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Command Twin Buckle? Overall, I really like it. So, yeah. Overall thoughts, good time. I don't know. I could see this being a little bit disappointing, but again, the whole reason I imagine most people bought this set was to see if they could get the promo item. So, yeah, you know. Overall, that's all you can really do. So, thank you so much for watching, and until whatever I do next, bye.